All right, ladies and gentlemen, are you coming here for answers? Answers about the watch collecting, watch hobby, watch obsession? I've got no answers. That's what I was thinking about last night. I really don't have any answers. I made some pretty big watch moves in the last month, and I don't even have any clarity about the watch moves I made. I mean, I sold my Seiko tuna. I tried bonding with the quartz tuna in various iterations over the last decade, and I've never given a tuna the risk time to justify keeping one. I don't connect with quartz watches. I've tried. I can wear like a Echo Drive as a beater watch, as a pool watch, diver, going to the beach, but I can't wear one as part of a rotation. So I don't have any answers about the tuna. One of the most beautiful watches I've ever seen. Amazing build quality. I've been perplexed by the tuna. I've got no answers. I don't have any answers when it comes to satiety cues. McMahon, what are you talking about? A satiety cue. Well, satiety is when your desires have been quenched. And a lot of us in the watch community, we look for ways to alleviate our watch addiction, our watch desires. You know, we try to buy upscale watches. This is a pretty upscale watch here, the SLA 021 on a Strapco Jubilee, to give a little bit more comfort, a little more fancy pants going on over there. I definitely think it conforms to the wrist more than the stock bracelet. And, I sold the SLA 051. Love the watch. I can't say the gray dial blew me away. I wish it was a darker dial. So the confusion's unbelievable. So there's an SLA 063 that just came out, which is also Unumera. And when I first saw photos of it, oh, I have to get this. This is the cyan blue black hole version of the Seiko Umera. And then I just saw more recent photos of it. And I can't remember these website names, forgive me. Could have been a blog to watch. And it didn't look like the cyan deep hole blue. It looked like this light blue that's not appealing to me. And so now I don't know. Did the earlier photos I see, was that a prototype? Were those just renditions? So there's no way I'm buying that unless I know it's the real cyan blue. The good news is the price was not $5K. It looked like it was $31K, which is actually, I would spend $31K on it if it was a cyan blue deep hole. I would. But I don't even know if getting a watch like that or this gorgeous SLA 051 would give you the satiety cue that you need. What? Oh, you keep saying satiety. Yeah, my wife says, dude, you're always going around the house talking about satiety cues. Yeah, well, I know, because I look at watches like I look at appetites. And, if you want satiety cues in the realm of food, you want to eat, high protein, and you want to eat whole foods. That's how you get satiety cues. What do you do in the watch world to get satiety cues? I don't think I have any answers. I wish I did. Do you have any answers, McMahon, for those watch obsessives who have watch rotation anxieties? No, I got no answers for you. Nothing. What about watch addiction? Nope, nothing. What about watch size? Ideal watch size? Nope. I don't know anything about that. What about the number of watches you should have in a collection? No. I tried to come up with a watch potency principle that states that as you accumulate more and more watches, the potency and the enjoyment of the ones you have lessens. It gets diluted. That didn't work. Any other principles you've tried to explain? No, I don't have any answers to this whole. I don't even know what tier watch you should get. I've tried I've had a Tudor before. I think I like those mechanical divers that cost about $1,000. I kind of think I miss the 061, the MM200. But you know what, man? I've had that watch 3 times, and I'm finding that rebuys don't really kindle the magic. It's more like the process of the rebuy. So I don't have any answers for that either. I got no answers in this whole watch collection thing. And I've been collecting for 17 years. And I've got no answers. I mean, I feel fortunate that I have the resources to be a watch hobbyist, and I could probably get You know, I could get like an SLA 063, or I could buy a slightly used Omega. Just slightly, gently used. Come on. I don't know. You know, when I think of the watch obsession and the watch hobby that we have, first of all, my heart goes out to you guys, man. I hope you find peace in this. Because I talk to fellow watch hobbyists, and we're all trying to come up with principles and rules and ways of finding order to stave off the chaos, and none of us are finding it, man. We can't find it. And when I think about that, when I think about how damaged we've become by the watch obsession, I think of this movie, Lord of the Rings. And there's this dude, Gandalf, he's fighting this demon dragon monster thing. I think it's called a Balrog. And the Balrog has these long tails. They're like whips, and they're flaming. They have flames, and you think Gandalf has in the mines of Moria, these long pretentious names, the mines of Moria. It's probably pronounced Moria. God, that's a nice looking watch, McMahon. Why don't you talk about that? So, ooh, man, I can't even talk about Gandalf right now. I think this watch is Balrog. Now we're talking. This watch is Balrog. And what I'm trying to say is, I think as watch obsessives, there was a point in our life where we were Gandalf in the mines of Moria, McMahon. And Balrog, who for us was not a demon dragon, but it was a watch kind of like this gorgeous thing here. And I'm glad I have it, by the way. Just looking at it, it's like I'm like that banker in Beverly Hillbillies who faints, and then you have to resuscitate him with a wad of cash. That would be this SLA 021. I feel like we all got whipped by that flaming tail, and we've never been the same again. We've been damaged, man. And because of that, we have no answers. We like to pretend like we have answers, but there are no answers to this session. I mean, yes, we would be happy if we had satiety cues and just had two gorgeous watches. Oh, yes. Oh, that's it. You're done, McMahon. You've got your blue SBDC 165. Very Grand Seiko. Very Grand. People are calling it the birch blue because of those lines. I mean, you just alternate those two, you're done. There's your answer. I have no answer. Quit telling me I have the answer as I look at these two watches. So sometimes I sit down at my computer and I write down watch principles, the watch potency principle, the watch minimalist principle, the watch satiety cue principle. And this is all BS, man. There are no principles. I don't think we have any answers. I think, like Gandalf, we got damaged, man. We fought some demon monster in a cave, and we're just talking about our injuries now in group therapy. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's my rant for the day. Loving these two watches right here. I'm trying to look at the bright side of things, trying to remind myself how fortunate I am, because I'm telling you, man, this watch hobby is madness. All right, let me tell you. Tell me if you have any answers, or if you're like me, man, you're just like an injured Gandalf, man, after the Balrog. Yes, sir. Until next time, I'm out.